It's about that time. What's happening in your city? You got love for your city? And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of CTViews. Coming at you right here from your local access Altice Channel 5, right here in the heart of Litchfield County.
Yes.
And we got a very interesting show coming at you tonight. We just were the 4th of July.
America's 250th anniversary.
So much going on, so much taking
place. It definitely went out with a bang, and not in a good way for Litchfield County or the surrounding towns. But we're here to just today's show. We really want to focus on sharing the resources and information with people who are or were affected by the storm. It hasn't stopped raining.
The weather is affecting much of the region. It's really kind of freaky though, the way this thing kind of came down.
Yeah.
But
hail the size of like golf balls.
Yeah. Strange, but we're going to be getting into it as we get into the show. So make sure you call all your friends and neighbors and tell them to catch it hot, streaming live on Facebook.
That's right, because we're going to have some very vital, important information to share with everyone, resources about the storm. So tune in. Make sure you tune in.
Yeah, and we want to take this opportunity to give some propers to our sponsors for allowing us to bring you quality community broadcasting each and every week right here from your local cable access Altice Channel 5. I want to give a big, huge shout out to our main man, that's right, Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1 in Torrington, Connecticut. You better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-482-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. The Northwest Connecticut Region Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington, Connecticut. The Chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. Or Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at torringtonpediatrics.com. So, with that being said, once again, we want to thank you to our sponsors for all their support. However, we're going to have Lisa Ferris calling in here to the show in just a little bit. She's going to be updating us on all the resources that you can take advantage of at the United Way. And as United Way reasserts itself as a community leader here and helping the needs of the community, Lisa's doing a great job as the executive director, and we want to give her an opportunity to let you guys know what United Way is bringing to the table so that you can either take advantage of those resources yourself or refer someone else for those resources, whichever the case may be. But she's going to be calling in momentarily to speak to us about that.
In the meantime, I definitely want to shout out Vinny's Pizza.
Yep.
They were very instrumental throughout the storm. They were actually giving free pizzas, feeding the community, and they urged people to come in for the free pizza.
Yep.
And take advantage of that. we know a lot of people were without power for days, along with just, trees down. I actually helped out a neighbor and brought bottles and bottles of water over to her so she can just get through, the time that she was without power. But we also want to like just alert people to be very cautious of storm chasing contractors, they're called, right?
Yeah.
So, there are people who are opportunistic and they go around when they know a storm has happened, and they try to scam people. If a contractor shows up at your door, we want to urge everyone, make sure that you know that they're licensed, and do not pay anyone money up front. That's another thing. They will create a sense of urgency to pressure you to act immediately. Refrain from doing so. These are all signs to look out for. They will offer to handle your insurance claim. Refrain from letting them do that. They do not have a license to do their work. That's also another red flag. They show up at your door without you calling them or your insurer. That's a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Call your insurer to discuss your coverage so you understand what your policy covers and what it doesn't. Before hiring anyone, please research the company and look for online reviews. So that's another plus. There's some other things we want to throw out there. Some reputable local contractors to
Yes.
call: CB Tree Service, SJ Win. That's the Gopher
Scott.
Roof.
Yeah, Scott Wynn
Yeah,
for
Scott
sure.
Win, Gopher Roof. KDF Tree, Walker Electric, Eastside Electric,
Definitely.
Lionel Aslan Building and Remodeling are some of the companies to look out for, or you can reach out to. And also another announcement, the city of Torrington has announced the storm debris and bulk waste collection. The City of Torrington Public Works Department and USA Hauling will be conducting special collections to assist residents with cleanup following the recent storm. Um, so I believe this will begin Monday, July 13th through Friday, July 17th. Residents are asked to place debris near the curb by Sunday, July 12th to ensure collection during the scheduled pickup period. Residents must obtain a bulk waste permit before collection. Complete the standard bulk form upon the bulk pickup form for storm-related bulk waste. This collection will not count towards the 2 free pickups that you're allowed per year.
Okay.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. So that's basically what I wanted to announce.
It's really kind of crucial that everyone try to be patient. It's tough when you don't have power. You got to feed kids.
Yeah.
There's debris all around, but you have to try to be patient. Now, to see how neighbors are reaching out and helping other neighbors is a great thing, but you have to be careful, especially in situations where there's down power lines, because when you're chopping things up and so on and so forth.
And you really don't want to drive over a down power line. You want to refrain to stay far from it.
You don't.
I also want to shout out Friendly Hands Food Bank.
Absolutely.
Friendly Hands Food Bank lost power. Luckily, we were able to get power back before we lost everything in our freezers. But with that said, Monday morning, Karen Thomas was in there bright and early, and they put together items, little like goodie packages for the entire community, not just for the Friendly Hand Food Bank members. So the entire community was able to go up there on Monday to, collect some food and different items that they might need to, get through this. This storm that occurred.
Yeah, and I this morning we had all of our top officials taking an assessment of the damage that's been done.
Yeah.
Because obviously, those relief efforts need to be made. So it's good to see that they were able to come and take sight of what's going on and see the need that we have in our community because of this weather event.
Yeah, they did declare Torrington. issued a state of emergency.
Yep,
So
for sure, for
with
sure.
that said, we were able to get, the state's aid to help us through,
And I gotta admit, I gotta tip my hat to the Co-Park crew, because when I
My
saw
goodness.
Co-Park, I was like, I almost was in tears.
Yeah, the trees by the roots
Yeah.
completely uprooted in Co-Park.
But if you go by there today,
Yeah,
it's like
you couldn't tell.
you couldn't tell. I was like, whoa, they did a stand-up job getting
Yeah,
Co-Park, which is,
and
in my opinion, one of the best screens in the state, hands
yeah,
down.
and good that they were able to do that because it has not stopped raining. It's been raining since Saturday night,
Yeah,
pretty much. I
yeah,
think we had a short break in the rain on Monday, and then it was right back into
yeah,
rain the rest of
for sure.
Monday. It's been raining all day today as well. I know they issued some flood alerts
Yep,
for the area
yep,
because the rivers are going to be at max.
yeah, yeah.
I know that there are some camps that aren't open, like I believe the Rising Star, the YMCA camp that they hold at Elks Pond.
Yeah.
I don't think they were operating.
Wow.
They haven't been able to open the last 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, Newfield Road has been closed off. I don't
Yep.
know if it's reopened as yet, but
No, I saw workers up there today, for sure. So, needless to say, this is, serious stuff.
yeah.
The amazing thing about it, though, is the fact that the damage was so sparse and scattered. Literally, you could be on one street
And a
and
mile away, something happened. Yeah, that's
less
exactly what happened to me. It was less than a mile away. Yeah,
a block away.
yeah, pretty much. Like literally nothing on my street, and my friend who lives right on West Torrington Street,
Yep.
past Roma Pizza,
Mm-hmm.
a tree came down on the wires, and that entire area
Yeah.
lost
Yeah.
power.
Yeah.
Some of the areas that I did take a drive around town, and there's some of the areas that were definitely with down power lines that everyone needs to be very cautious of. Behind those streets behind Twin Colony,
Yeah.
there were some down power lines, so
Yeah.
be very cautious
Yeah.
going that way.
Yeah.
I was driving down Charles Street, Torrington to Winthrop, and it looks like this was new, a
Mm-hmm.
newly down power line. The ground is so saturated right now
Yeah.
that, you might still see more trees coming down or breaking,
Yeah.
but just urge people to use caution.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And we're going to be hearing momentarily here from Lisa Ferris, the executive director of the United Way. And it's times like these that United Way really likes to respond to the needs of the community and be a facilitator to help get the resources out there to the community they're so desperately need it. So can't wait to hear from her.
Yeah.
But I got something from Heather Abrams from the city of Torrington, a press release today in regards to the debris relief efforts. I think that, again, everyone has to try to be as patient as they possibly can, because they are working on making sure that they can actually provide relief. But
Yeah.
it takes a little time when you're working through these government red tape bureaucracies, to make it happen. So they're on top of it, and hopefully everyone will be getting the relief that they're needing sooner than later.
And I know one of our fire stations, the North End Fire
Yes.
Station, a big tree fell down
Yeah.
right on top of that building. So
Crazy.
whew, it
Crazy.
was just, it was wild. Big
Yeah.
Y, I believe, was still without their refrigerated section.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so,
For sure.
everyone's pitching in. The community's just coming together to try and help everyone in need.
Well, and isn't that the American way? Isn't that the true spirit of what 250 is all about? Ironically so.
America 250.
So some things you just can't explain.
No.
You
Certainly can't.
Yeah, but 'tis what it is.
Yeah.
So, and then later on in the show, Judy McElhone is going to be calling in, the executive director from 5 Points Arts Center, doing a magnificent job in the arts community with their arts programs and projects. I know they just had a show that because of the weather situation that they had to cancel, but she's going to be updating us on when they're going to be rescheduling those shows. So,
All right. I
looking forward
believe
to
we
that.
do have our caller.
We do.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on with this. You got to make sure I hit the right button, right?
There you go.
Okay.
And then, did you hit it? And then down there? That one? Yeah. And no, yeah, that one.
We have to be very careful around here about what buttons we hit on the telephone line, because we never know who we might be talking to, where, and when. So, nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I keep my promises, as I say. But we're so delighted to be able to bring to the show with you this evening Lisa Ferris, the executive director of United Way. Good evening, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm okay. Sorry I couldn't be there in person.
No, that would have been much better, because you are much pleasing to the eye than I certainly am. So I definitely have to take a back seat to you on that one. But Lisa, I think our conversation is very timely, especially in regards to the current situation that our region is facing with this last weather event. And, you know, I think it's a good thing for the community to know that when these things do happen, that agencies like United Way are there to help.
Yeah, people can, so I know that there's certain areas of our town and, you know, our surrounding towns that got hit pretty hard. I know I was just telling Doug, who answered the phone, that the reason why I couldn't be there tonight in person was because my aunt, she's 91, you know, has 24-hour care, lost power on Saturday night.
Wow. Wow.
Lives in the North End. The North End, I had to go down at like midnight and pick her up.
Wow.
And I had a hard time getting through on the streets because that's how bad it was. So she has been staying with me. So my house is a little crazy, and that's why I couldn't get there tonight. But, yeah, I as you drove down to the North End, you know, there were trees everywhere. The North End Firehouse, I know Warrenton Mill got hit pretty hard. Primetime House in Torrington had a big pine tree that fell on one of their buildings. Streets, I mean, people had trees on their houses from what I saw. I didn't drive around a lot in Torrington, but I've seen a lot of the videos and other people's pictures, and it's just the devastation is unreal.
It is. It really is. But, you know, I think that it's, and Coryse and I were just, you know, commenting how it's so ironic that situations like this bring out the best of us. And isn't this what, you know, the celebration of, you know, the 250th anniversary of the country, and, you know, isn't that what this really is all about? Community really coming together to make sure that we got each other's back.
You're absolutely correct. You know, I think that we have a great community, not only in Torrington, but, you know, United Way covers the northwest corner. And I know I've heard stories from other towns that got hit that there's just neighbors helping neighbors, and you know, people needing help with their trees, and other people are helping. You know, if people need some resources, they can always use the 211 system. You know, there might be a wait due to staffing issues, but to stay at, you know, if they call and they're on hold, stay on the line, because they're going to have a lot of resources. You know, if your power's out, you know what to do, or if you need some food assistance while you're trying to restock your fridge. You know, they can help with things like that, and they can call the United Way office as well, and we can, you know, try to point them in the direction, you know, where they can get some help. I know that I've been in contact with the mayor of Torrington, asking her, you know, what we can do to help, you know, what other community members are doing. You don't really want to double the effort unless it's necessary. But she said right now, emergency management is handling a lot of it. Eversource is handling, the power outages. But food assistance, if people need maybe a couple grocery gift cards to go and be able to restock their fridge, United Way can help with that.
That's huge because you, in trying to meet the needs of the whole community, every agency can't do that. So, you need a potluck. You need a little bit here, a little bit there, and then you need to connect those resources so that you don't leave anyone out. Right.
You're absolutely correct. You feel for all these people, I know a lot of people don't know where to turn, where my fridge just died for 5 days and I have no food. How am I going to get that? I'm waiting for my next paycheck. We talk about the Alice families all the time, the families that are working 2 or 3 jobs and they're having a hard time making ends meet. And a catastrophe like this does not help. So if we can give them a little bit of relief, maybe it's a $25 gift card, but that $25 can get them that bread and the milk and, eggs or something that will help get their family through a couple of days until they can replenish.
Well, Lisa, it's a good thing to know that these resources are here in our community, that United Way can help out in the pinch, and not only can deliver in the short-term needs, but in the long-term needs as well. And that's why the United Way campaign this year is really seeking donors and agencies to support the cause, so that in the long term, we can make sure that these families are whole. And when situations like this occur, the relief is, the burden is a little less burdensome.
Right. It's all about, how can we make a big impact and help people in our community rise? We want to give them a hand up, not a handout. So that's what we're here for.
Together we rise.
Together we rise.
Well, Lisa, thank you so much. We look forward to having you back on the show, because we want you to keep us informed on all the great things that United Way is doing, and especially when these certain situations arise, how people can use United Way to help get their needs met.
Absolutely. Thank you both for having me on the show, and I look forward to being on it again with you guys in person next time.
No doubt.
All right. Sounds good, Lisa. Thank you.
All right.
Have a good one.
Bye now.
You too. Bye-bye.
You want to pick up the receiver? Might be fine, but I'm not sure. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Friendly Hands, they were supposed to be closed that Monday, and they opened and they just called all their volunteers, and everyone showed up.
Yep.
Without having to be asked twice. Everyone just showed up and helped out for that little pop-up community giveaway that they did. So that definitely helped a lot of people out. Like I said, there were people without food, their refrigerators, for days. I gotta say, I think back to, it brought back, I don't know if it's PTSD, but it brought back memories of when we had that Halloween storm, that freak Halloween snowstorm that shut down.
I remember.
This area for days, 3 days. I was without power.
Yeah, I remember.
For 3 days. 3 days. And, we threw wet wood into the fireplace. We had no phone because the cell phones everything was down. Gas stations were backed up. I had to go down in the basement and dig up looking for a landline because we had a landline. Yeah, we had a cordless phone at the time.
Looking for Alexander Bell or something.
If you don't have power, your cordless phone isn't going to work. So I had to go down and look for like a plug-in, a regular like plug-in landline, and it was that was some scary times. We had to boil water on my cousin, myself, and my little Chihuahua. We all snuggled up together in the living room in front of the fireplace for 3 days. It was, yeah. So at least this was summertime.
Yep.
It's still chilly
Yep.
when it rains. It's New England. When it rains, it's still chilly,
Yep.
but at least it wasn't bitterly cold like that that fall storm.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you remember that storm?
I do.
Where were you during that storm?
I was in Litchfield.
Were you?
Yeah. And we fortunately were living in a complex that had a generator.
Oh, wow.
So we got kind of lucky in that situation. But still, you couldn't go anywhere.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't even get to Canton.
Yeah, you couldn't
Trees
go anywhere.
Trees were down
so
everywhere.
You were just kind of like...
I was driving home from Bristol. It took me 2 hours to get home from Bristol that day. I was doing an event in Bristol, and then finally, after like an hour and a half of the snow falling, we were like, I think we should just call this event and just shut it down. And we shut down the event, and it took me 2.5 hours to get home. And I didn't even make it home. I went straight to my friend's house, right on Park Ave.
Yeah.
Because that was like one of the first exits in town, right?
Yeah.
Exit 43. Well, it was 43 then. So I went straight to her house, and I was like, all right, I don't know if I can make it home. And in the middle of the, couple hours later, we're all sitting in her living room, and we heard crack.
Yeah.
And I go outside, and a tree branch had fallen on my car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It fell right on my car, and I was just like...
I have a couple friends that sent pictures out, and I'm just, hopefully, they'll get the relief that...
Yeah, because other than homes...
Yeah.
People's homes were damaged. Their cars were damaged.
Cars. I mean,
if their cars weren't damaged from the trees, it was damaged from the hail.
My buddy Keith Mooch, man. I mean, I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, just like, oh.
Yeah, there was hail like the size of like golf balls. I mean, I saw people post pictures of the hail in their hands, and it was
nuts.
It was insane. And like you said, here I am on my street. We sat in the garage. We had just ended a barbecue, and we just sat in the garage with the kids, and we just watched the rain. To us, it was just rain.
Yep.
And then I woke up the next morning and saw all the reports, and I'm like, wait a minute, where did this happen?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it was right here in Torrington.
It was right here.
Pretty wild. Yeah.
So at the bottom of the hour, we want to take this opportunity to once again recognize our sponsors for their support and generosity of CTViews. I want to give a big, huge shout out to Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1 in Torrington. Better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. The Northwest Connecticut Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington, Connecticut. The Chamber is indeed the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at torringtonpediatrics.com. Now, there is a subject that I do want to bring up. It's very sensitive, but it's important because unfortunately, when these things happen, all of us feel like we can't do enough. We want to do more because we all feel the pain of these situations when they occur. And not that one thing is better or the other or whatnot, but when it's a fellow artisan or musician, you feel that pain even further. Mm-hmm. And local artisan, musician, Aaron Troy Danner, was in a fatal motorcycle accident. And also another fellow musician and artisan, Tim Nurnberg, passed, unfortunately, in that fatal crash. And we're beginning to reach out to people associated with the situation to help raise awareness so they can help out with the funds that are going to be needed to, take care of these situations, the hospital bill, the funeral costs, and whatnot. So here at CTViews, because we're all about the arts, and we definitely want to do what we can in these situations to help artists that might be affected by, especially an unfortunate situation like this. Aaron, we had a concert a few years ago in Fusenich Park. Aaron was a performer there. I got to know him much better. Blues guy. I mean, when you're talking about the blues, this dude plays the blues. And he does it with air and a sense of let's just say, wizardry that really gives the genre kind of a little kick, a little boost. But in this unfortunate situation, we want to make sure that we can do whatever we can do here at CTViews to help the cause. And there is a GoFundMe page on Facebook. If you go to Aaron Troy Danner, you'll be able to find it there. There will be a benefit concert, I think, coming up. I'm not sure of the date of that, but if I can get that, I'll share it with you all. I think that's coming up next Saturday. But it's just such an unfortunate situation. And like I said, you feel on one hand so helpless, but on the other hand, you want to do whatever you can do
to help, and that's spread the word about the GoFundMe page.
Yep.
I believe it's also up on our CTViews and Culture for a Cause pages as well. So if you have it in your heart to donate a little extra to his GoFundMe page, we urge you to visit our page, and you'll be able to see that and help out.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And you can't say enough. You can't do enough in situations like this. And I've been reading some excerpts from his sister, and your heart just goes out to her. You can't really, you can't really focus. You can't really, sleep. All you can do is try to be there.
Yeah.
And it's exhausting.
One day at a time.
And it's exhausting.
Yeah, one day at a time. Yeah, one day at a time.
But hopefully, prayer and also to hear those words of comfort from
family and community.
Yeah. It goes a long way. Yeah. And we just hope that the surgeries that Aaron will face coming up will be successful. And he'll be able to go about his endeavors in full capacity. And then for Tim and the Nuremberg family, our hearts go out to him. There's really nothing you can say except you wish peace and tranquility through these tough situations. So nonetheless, that's the way we roll here on CTViews. Now, I do want to take this opportunity to share with each and one of you, especially during this celebratory time of the July 4th anniversary recognition celebration, how important it is to observe the rights that we've sacrificed for decades, centuries, how rare those rights are, how precious those rights are, and how those rights, even in this environment, are being reassessed and reevaluated in the current environment in which we live. And Coryse, as a member of the Declaration of Human Rights, has teamed up with Culture for a Cause, and we have now produced the proclamation for the Declaration of Human Rights. We stand behind this wholeheartedly, and we hope that these precepts and these concepts can be codified in our constitutional endeavors so that we all can work harder to form a more perfect union. So, Dan, can you fire that up for us?
In the spirit of unity, equality, and dignity for all, let it be known that Culture for a Cause stands as a beacon of hope and harmony, guided by the principles enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Our mission is simple: to build community through the transformative power of music and the arts. We believe the arts have a unique ability to transcend racial and economic divides, weaving threads of connection that binds us together as one human family. As stated in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, everyone has the right to freely participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, and to share in scientific advancements and its benefits. Culture for a Cause wholeheartedly embraces this principle, recognizing the profound impact of art in touching the hearts and souls of individuals, conveying powerful messages that resonates across boundaries. Through our commitment to creating and supporting community arts projects, we strive to foster a sense of belonging and togetherness among people from all walks of life. These projects serve as catalysts for dialogue, understanding, and collaboration, celebrating the rich tapestry of diverse cultures that make up our society. Furthermore, we dedicate ourselves to raising funds for community, social, safety nets through events that center around these arts projects. By combining the transformative power of the arts with a passion for social justice, we aim to not only inspire creativity and connection, but also to support those in need within our community. Be it further proclaimed that we call upon individuals, organizations, and communities to join us in this mission, to celebrate the transformative power of the arts, and to work together to create a world where creativity and compassion flourish, and where every person's human rights are recognized and respected. In witness whereof, this proclamation is made to honor and affirm our collective commitment to these ideals. We thank you for your continued support.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Although I don't see us, what happened?
I don't know. We're going to come back
I see a black
here.
screen.
They'll fix that.
Are we back on?
Uh-oh.
Okay. I think we're back on.
We're audio on, but we're visually in the dark.
We are visually in the dark. It's not the weather.
Here we are. There we go. We're back.
It wasn't the weather, right, Doug?
No, it wasn't the weather. It was a meltdown.
In the midst of the 4th of July storm,
yeah,
I wanted to mention that my CoCo's Caribbean dancers had
Yes.
the opportunity to perform for America 250,
Yep.
the Hartford celebration. So that kicked off July 1st.
yeah.
And we performed down at the Riverfront, which was amazing. There were 2 songs that we danced to. The girls, I choreographed a song called Ring the Bell.
Yeah.
And the second song that I choreographed, well, actually I chose a second song and I was going to dance myself, but it's hard to, when you get older, it's a lot going on. You've got kids, you've got a life, you've got family. Then I'm choreographing, then I have to make sure the costumes are right for the girls. It's a lot going on. So, and I decided that I just couldn't
Yep.
then, put my all into the performance that I wanted. So I did hire a dancer,
Yeah.
Norman Campbell, and he did a solo, and that song is called "The Journey Now Start."
Oh, okay.
And then I also wrote a little synopsis of both songs and why I chose both songs and the meaning behind both songs. If we have time, I'll read it. But it was really an amazing performance. They had the what is that? The revolutionary like whistle and drum
Yep.
band type
Yep.
of band. They had them there. They performed. They were wonderful.
You know what kills me about those performances? They look so authentic. It's almost
Yeah,
scary. It's
yeah.
like,
They were. I mean, they had
yeah,
on
the
the
whole. I
outfit.
know, I know.
And kudos to the lady who stood there and held that flag for like 20
Yeah,
minutes
yeah,
throughout every single song
yeah.
in this position and did not move. And
Wow.
I'm looking at her like, "Oh, is she gonna start crying? Like,
Can we
she's
pay her
just
enough?
yeah. So and the band
Yeah.
was made up of young kids. They were like teenagers.
Wow.
Yeah. So and they did an amazing job. Amazing.
You know what
job.
though? Your costumes were outstanding for that.
Did you see them?
I did, and I really wanted to be there. And I try to support
Yeah.
everything you do. Sometimes our schedules don't necessarily click the way we would like them to. But yeah, man, I was like, they looking kind of fly.
We're gonna show that performance,
Yeah.
the costumes, and some of the other performances.
Yeah.
We're gonna show that. We're gonna put it together, and present it as one of our segments.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing show. I had the girls in all white, but around their waist, each girl had a different either blue trim,
Yep,
or red trim. So
Yep.
to symbolize
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole,
Oh yeah. It was smooth.
It was very smooth.
Coryse is so talented. She don't even know what to do with herself.
But let me see if I can pull it up. It's probably going to take like a minute to read, but I'm going to quickly read it while I can.
And in the meantime, we are awaiting a phone call from my good friend and colleague, the one and only Miss Judith McElhone, the executive director of 5 Points Arts Center. And
okay,
the things that 5 Points Arts Center are doing these days are absolutely amazing. So make sure if you have an opportunity to call your friends and neighbors, tell them to check it out because it's coming up right in about a couple minutes here.
Okay, so the two songs, Ring the Bell and Bring Down the Power of Love. Those are two calypso songs that were sang back in the 80s by Ella Endel, a Trinidadian calypso artist. So this is what I wrote. As America commemorates 250 years of independence, this calypso presentation celebrates the enduring spirit of a nation that continues to strive towards its highest ideals. Through the powerful message of Ring the Bell and Bring Down the Power of Love, the performance reminds us that the American story is one of perseverance, resilience, and an unwavering belief that tomorrow can be better than today. Ring the Bell is an anthem of perseverance. It speaks to overcoming hardship, enduring life's struggles, and remaining steadfast despite adversity, criticism, or setbacks. Its reoccurring declaration that the road is long reflects the journey of individuals, communities, and nations alike. Yet its message is unwavering. With faith, determination, and inner strength, we will make it. The ringing of the bell symbolizes not only celebration, but also a call to awaken our collective spirit, recognize how far we have come, and continue moving forward with courage and purpose. Complementing this message, Bring Down the Power of Love, calls on us to confront division, injustice, and greed, not with hatred, but with compassion, unity, and understanding. It reminds us that the greatest force for healing a nation is the power of love, a love that transcends differences, restores hope, and inspires people to work together in pursuit of freedom and justice for all. Together, these songs reflect the shared values that have shaped America across generations: resilience in the face of challenge, hope through uncertainty, freedom strengthened by unity, and the belief that every person has a role in building a more perfect union. They also honor the vibrant contributions of Caribbean culture to the American story, demonstrating how music has long served as a universal language that uplifts communities, preserves history, and inspires positive change. As we celebrate America's 250th anniversary, this performance is both a tribute and an invitation, a reminder that while our journey has not always been easy, our greatest strength lies in standing together. By embracing love over division, perseverance over despair, and unity over fear, we continue the work of building a nation where opportunity, dignity, and hope rings out for generations to come.
That's CoCo for you, ladies and gentlemen.
So yeah, I wrote that to go along with the two songs, and it kind of just made everything flow.
It flows. It flows, and there we go. And
second one. There you go.
There we go.
All right. We've got Judy on the line. Judy, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, hi, Judy.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Judy, thank you so much for taking time to call into the show this evening. Under some, let's just say, ominous circumstances.
Yes, I know. Can you imagine this storm and what it has done?
Yeah. And, you know, it's something that, you know, you think that, you know, we've dealt with these things before. So, you know, one more time, but each time it just causes a series of different problems.
Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you, Jacque, I've lived here all my life. And as you know, I've had a long life. And I don't remember anything quite like this before.
I'm having those same kind of feelings. Just the way it happened, how it happened, the timing of it, everything is just sort of ironic, let's just say.
But it's such a tribute to our city, to our volunteers, to all the people, you know, that respond to these emergencies, how brave they are and how quickly they have responded.
Absolutely. And I think this demonstrates our identity and who and what we are as a community. And I've always, you know, had the sentiments that when the chips are down, the city of Torrington, the people of Torrington step up. And this is just one more example.
Mm-hmm.
One more example. Absolutely.
Exactly. And so, Judy, how was it up on the hill for 5 Points? Any damage?
Well, we did lose power at the Arts Center, and we have a generator. And the generator, can you believe it or not, did not kick in.
No.
And we found the reason for that, and so that will never happen again.
Oh.
And our staff, the amazing 5 Points staff, has been with it through the entire weekend. And so we have complete power. We had partial power back by Sunday night, and then full power back by Monday, and then water back by Monday, because we have a very busy week at the Arts Center. And, you know, you're also at the Arts Center, you're learning more and more about the building. And, again, the tremendous 5 Points staff has just, you know, they're just incredible. Like, honestly, all the people that have made 5 Points happen, the businesses, the foundations, you, Jacque, you know, all the people that have worked to make our city become, what are they saying, the 21st city in the country for cultural activities?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is. It is.
And it's such a tribute, not, you know, to the Warner Theater, to the Torrington Historical Society, to the ballet, to kids play. Yeah, 5 Points too. But I mean, and with this one half mile in the Torrington Library, I mean, all that Torrington has to offer, and it's now being appreciated.
But Judy, your humility is remarkable. But let's be honest now. 5 Points has been pivotal in bringing that recognition to the region. And I think that your ability not only to teach, but to lead and to bring in those artists, those compelling artists who, because I think we can all agree, great art either changes your life or makes you think about life in a different way.
And I think it's so important for people to understand that art is for everyone. It's not this kind of, for the rich and famous. It's not elite. It's for everyone. And I met an artist recently that said to me, if you can write your name, you can draw. And, I love that. And I think that, it's very important for everyone to know that no matter who you are or what your background is, that the arts can be and should be part of your life. And 5 Points is dedicated to making that happen, not only for the artists that we support and celebrate throughout their artistic lives, but also, for the community. And it's so amazing, the adaptive arts classes that are going on at the Arts Center, led by Noelle Croce, are just amazing in so many ways. To see the light in people's eyes and on their faces. And I can't stress enough that art is for everyone, and 5 Points is going to make it happen for everyone.
Absolutely, Judy. Now, you just did some remodeling on the campus with the courtyard, and we were so honored to be able to do an event there. It's beautiful back there. But you also, and I'm not sure how much the weather has affected this, but you also have another new venue outside. Can you talk about how that's coming along?
Sure. That was, it's what we call the patio in the front of the Art Center, and it is just as you approach the Art Center, it's on your left, and it was it had problems. It wasn't really up to date, but the biggest concern was that there could be pipes underneath that were collapsed and that were feeding into under the stage of the auditorium, because we found a similar thing when we repaved the parking lot. So that has been done over, and it's stunning. And a new piece, a sculpture piece, is coming in within a week or two that will just set that apart so much.
Yeah.
We're so proud of that. And the hospitality area, which is something I really like.
Yep.
The one thing I wanted was doors that would lead before, that whole area was closed off to what used to be the cafeteria, but is now the hospitality area. And now there are double doors that lead out into that patio.
Nice.
So if you have an event or there's, a caterer comes in or whatever, you have that front terrace area open, the hospitality area open to all the other things that the Art Center offers. And it's so exciting.
It is. It really, really is. And it's a testament, Judy, to your ingenuity, your leadership, your vision. You know how much I respect and admire you, and how much I'm just so blessed to be able to have built this friendship with you that I think we kind of figured would last.
Oh, yeah. And you know what's amazing to me, for me personally, is the people I've met. And you're certainly one of the first. And, and the people I meet every day and what I learn every day, that's a gift, to be able to learn every day at every stage of our lives. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity. And if there's anything I have done in any way, to help Torrington move forward, I would say it's because of the businesses, the foundations, the wonderful people, our board, everyone that works together, because we believe in the arts as something that helps us understand who we are.
Well, what I love about, Judy, 5 Points is the fact that, organic grassroots development I don't know, it just kind of makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. And,
Jacque, do you remember when we first met?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, me too. And it was like, okay, and I think that is, you've been such an important part of Torrington moving forward. And, the Northwest Arts Council, I should not mention too many people because it could mean leave somebody out, but all the arts nonprofits, but also the businesses have all worked together to bring Torrington to where it is today and how it's growing.
Well, I just think that, the arts is the vehicle for that type of collective community impact.
It is. There's no question about that. But it's also, how the businesses relate, how, how people relate to one another, how people feel that they can be instrumental in moving our city forward. Mm-hmm. And that's so important.
It is.
It really is. Now, Judy, are there upcoming shows that may have been affected by the storm?
No upcoming shows have been, as far as the gallery is concerned. Oh, I should say. Okay, can I brag?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. In almost 15 years, it'll be 15 years next year, 5 Points Gallery has exhibited over 1,900 artists from all 50 states and 18 countries.
Wow.
In downtown Torrington.
All right.
It's amazing of the quality of art. And we are, astounded at the quality of art that keeps being submitted to 5 Points Gallery. And we're not a commercial gallery, and we're not a co-op. So we put all these artists in a database. We look at the database that if people have been accepted in the database, and we're very strict about that. And then we go within that database to find themes, and then look at artists from all over the world to bring them together so that they can network together. Mm-hmm. And any artist who doesn't quite meet the standards of the professional gallery is given the opportunity to have a show in the Annex Gallery for a very nominal price. Mm-hmm. And we don't take any commission on sales on anything sold. Yeah, in the Annex Gallery. Isn't that amazing?
It is. Truly amazing. Yeah. Truly amazing.
Yeah. And the support of so many people, including the city of Torrington, the state of Connecticut, is just, astounding to me.
Yeah, how 5 Points, how the gallery came together, how the Art Center came together, how the Annex came together, mm-hmm. all the people that work together on the state level, on the local level, on the nonprofit level, all that came together in such a beautiful way to make this happen, Judy. And we're so glad that you're the head of the spear that's making it happen.
Well, I just want to say one thing, or maybe two things, that this weekend on Saturday, July 11th, there'll be a paint-by-number mural at the intersection of the, I'm trying to find the word, Franklin Plaza.
Yes.
And everyone, no matter what your age or skill level, is invited to come on this paint-by-number mural that was designed by Michaela Muslin, a Launchpad artist. And we're so excited. It's going to be up to celebrate the 250th anniversary of America. And that's one thing. But then in the next weekend, 5 Points is hosting the Print Festival at the Art Center. And that is just amazing. It's free and open to the public. And amazing artists are coming in to print with big ink. And there'll be all kinds of demonstrations at the Art Center. And guess what? Everything is free and open to the public.
Well, Judy, we can't thank you enough for that last bit of information. And we hope that all of our viewers got a chance to write that down and follow up. So we'll be having Judy back on for future shows right here on CTViews. But in the meantime, don't forget, check us out once again next week as we bring to you the very, very best is what's going on in Torrington and in the northwest corner of Connecticut, right here on your local access, Altice Channel 5, CTViews. We'll see you back next week.
Bye now. Bye, Judy.
CTViews. CTViews.